Hello, hello, everybody. Thanks for hopping on. It is 12 o'clock. I do like to keep these calls on schedule because I know we are in a very busy season. It is tax time, or not tax time, it is back to school time, and you're getting all that traffic coming in your doors. So today we have a very good training for you guys. It's all around the value-based trade-in. It's kind of pivot off what we covered last time. If you joined us, we did the unlock zone. So something that's going to go hand in hand with that unlock zone is the value-based trade-in. So without further ado, I will jump into this week's content. Go ahead and let me share my screen. Just let me know when you guys can see it.
We've got it.
All right. All right, guys. So your value-based trade-in is, as we mentioned last time about the unlock zone. Every customers are coming into your door. You want to be getting into that unlock zone after your greeting. And when you're doing that unlock zone, you have that phone in your hand. What a great way to combine that with your value-based trade-in. And that's what we want to make sure you guys are doing out there in the field. Smart, fast, profitable, an awesome way for you guys to trade in and activate devices with zero hassle. You're going to have instant validation and maximum credits for your customers. So the benefits of this value-based trade-in, one, first of all, it's the monetary value, right? So for your customers, immediately they're going to know that they're going to get a minimum of $20 if their phone's approved as a credit. But it can be a lot higher than that as well. I've heard stories out there $400 to $500 for some of these devices.
Correct.
But minimum of that $20 applied as a credit. They'll have flexibility. Any excess credit you can use for accessories. This should be a light bulb moment here. I know this call is just getting started, but when you're doing these trade-ins, if you're using the money for the customer and you have some extra funds that you're not using for that phone, you can use that for accessories. So hint, hint, right? That should be a light bulb moment. Apply that excess credit to your accessories. The transactions, it's exactly one device per transaction. No other devices in the cart. We will show you that step by step in the training today. And then the process as far as adding the items to the cart first, then selecting the trade-in tile in Elevate. That tile is active in your Elevates now, and you guys in your store watching this can see that tile right now. Remember the guidance and policies for the universal trade-in. It is that 1-to-1 ratio. It is strict one trade-in device for one new device or accessory. The return policy, refunds are for the exact transacted amount only. The traded phones cannot be returned. So no returns on traded phones, and watches and tablets are not eligible for trade-in at this time. Hopefully we get to see that coming in the near future, but right now we are phones only. So it all starts with the greeting, right? When you guys are having your secret shoppers out there in your store, they're going to be looking for that greeting. We want to use the phrase that pays. Welcome to Boost. Are you here to unlock your savings? You know, that was the old, are you here for the promos? We're changing that up. Are you here to unlock your savings? We want to get that customer to our unlock zone, and we're going to set that up in that greet. So you're going to start that greet with high energy and a friendly approach. Introduce the unlock zone as a free value added benefit and make them curious. Like, oh, we can check all your diagnostics here. And the goal isn't to sell anything. It's just to have that conversation. It's to start getting to the questions to undiscover the customer's wants and needs. This conversation is going to help you build trust and get the customers excited about the unlock zone. Again, the goal here is to identify the customer clues to pivot to the trade-in. All right. So that phrase that pays again, welcome to Boost. Are you here to unlock your savings? After your greet, remember the R in your sales process is recognize. When you have that phone plugged in, think about what do you discover? What model device is that customer is currently on? How old the device is based on performance. You want to ask open-ended questions to your customers. How do you use your phone for? What do you use your phone for most? How's your phone been performing lately? How well does your phone keep up with your everyday use? What's something you wish your phone did better? That unlock zone is going to give facts about the device, but it's a conversation that helps us really understand the customer. One of my favorite open-ended questions is always walk me through a day in your life of how you use your phone, right? Find out what they do, find out what are their touchy items, what words are going to you're able to use to bring more value to their transaction and meet all their needs, right? So get that information. You're going to highly accurate, personalized recommendations based on this unlock zone because it's going to diagnose those customers' phones for you. So let's take a quick step and look at the value-based trade-in process. So it's a quick process. It's going to give instant value calculated to your customers in seconds. You're going to have the photo capture for damage detection. And you guys should have these mirrors in your store. They're store ready, mirror and portal active. That should be on the back of your little 8x10 standee. You should have your mirror on there for these unlock trade-ins. If you don't have that in your store, take a look right now. Do you have a mirror in your by your point of sale stations? If not, then we're missing something for this trade-in save, right? Make sure you have that ready. It's instant value for your customer. The device is calculated in seconds, like we just said. There is that new app experience where they have better damage detection. Sorry about that. And the stores are ready. You guys have those mirrors installed. You have the Assuro portal login complete. Make sure your training's complete and you guys are ready to rock and roll. And then you want to engage with your customers too, right? So after you've you graded your customer, you recognize your customer, we're engaging with the customer. So based on what that phone tells us, give them your feedback. If you see that battery declining, your diagnostic shows the battery is down to 72%. That's an opportunity to possibly get them a new phone with a longer lasting battery. You see the storage is full, your storage is sitting at 95%. You can ask the customer what kind of things have you had to delete or avoid because your storage is almost full, right? Is the carrier locked? If the phone's currently locked, you can ask them, can you tell me what you know about your phone's unlock status, right? If they think it's unlocked, we can check that for them. The power of curiosity. So we want to make sure it's stuff that customers don't realize that you guys are going to realize by having their phones plugged in. You're going to be able to see battery performance. So if you see battery performance severely degraded over time, if you see internal storage is critically full, if you see the old device is locked, if you see that customer qualifies for a superior modern solution, right? Give them those recommendations. Always want to have that +1 mentality. Every sale coming into your store, every customer walking into your door, you should be thinking phone sale, right? If it's a payment customer, you should be thinking add-a-line. Always +1. You guys are a captive audience for your stores. When they come in, you need to capitalize on that with that +1 mentality. So if it's a payment, if it's a new line, if it's an upgrade, I'm always thinking, yeah, I'll do that +1 more, right? +1, right? Always have that mentality. Don't wait for the sales opportunity to magically appear. Create one. Give them that light bulb moment for your customer. When we skip that unlock zone, we're only listening to what the customers tell us. When we use the unlock zone, we're learning what they don't know to tell us, right? We can see those diagnostics in front of our face in black and white that maybe the customer has no idea about, right? So that tile is up in Elevate now. As I mentioned earlier, there is the new trade-in tile that is available. You click on that tile, it opens a QR code that'll give you to evaluate the device condition and eligibility. This is very quick. If you guys haven't done this before, you just kind of click through, follow the prompts. Very quick way to look at the phone. It'll test the screen out. It'll look at the dots, check to make sure there's no cracks in it. But it's a very quick way to get this trade-in process. It's streamlined, very fast, and you just have to qualify them one time. For the flexible validity, the assignment, the assessment is valid for 1 hour and can be applied to either trade-in program, or you can do the IMEI entry. Just type the IMEI directly to skip rescanning the customer's QR code. The value-based option. So when you click on that tile, this is the screen you're going to see right here, and you'll see where it says evaluation only. So that requires the device diagnostic via QR code to evaluate the condition and establish a trade-in before proceeding. Do not click on the next step because that would be like a sale, right? We're not doing a sale. We're just doing evaluation only for trade-in. So how to process, again, the diagnostic. Step 1, run the diagnostics via the QR code and enter the device IMEI to, again, doing the evaluation. It's going to automatically detect what kind of phone it is. Like, hey, you got in this example is a Samsung or Galaxy S25 5G, 128 gig storage. That's going to pop up for you automatically. You're going to review the offer. You'll see the total for this one. It was a $285 credit for the customer to trade in that phone. So you can review that calculated trade-in credit offer, accept the required terms, and complete the offer. The pitch, simple and direct. Let's see about turning your current phone into a credit towards something better. Let me try that again. Let's see about turning your current phone into a credit towards something better, right? Pitch is very easy. If you think about it, of a car sale, right? If you bring your current car in to get a new one, your value is going to depend on what kind of car you get, what kind of value or what kind of shape your car is in, right? So you could get $1,000 for your car, you could get $5,000 for your car. Same thing on a phone. It all depends on the shape and condition of that phone that's being turned in. And what makes it very easy to tell is what works and what doesn't work by running all the device checks. When we load the device cart, one of the things that's important here is the items must fully be loaded into Elevate before initiating the trade flow. Then you just want to simply locate and click the trade-in tile in Elevate to open the value-based trade-in process. Once you're there, you'll see if there's any unused credits. So in this example, this customer still had $205.01 in unused credits. This is where I was talking about that light bulb moment, that aha moment, guys. Like if you have a phone that's worth a lot of money, I'm going to be throwing $200 worth of accessories in that customer's cart, right? Because it's covered, it's paid for. So guess what? You're getting a Bluetooth speaker, you're getting a case, you're getting everything, you're getting the works, right? So maximize your money with accessories there, and really maximize this trade-in for your guys' store's profitability. Make sure you're adding accessories. Do not forfeit any credits. If you don't use these credits, they do go away, right? So don't forfeit them. One device limit, only one device transaction is allowed at a time. If the customer wants to trade in multiple devices, they must be processed as separate individual transactions. All right. And then accessories are allowed. While device trade-ins are limited to one per transaction, you can still add multiple accessories to the same cart alongside the trade to maximize the value. That's what I'm saying about this example. When the customer had $200, $205 left, I'm going to be adding $205 worth of accessories, and that's a lot of profit for my store on that trade and save. Right? Now here's kind of the path. Path one, to open the trade-in, do your diagnostic, review the offer, and go to the guided sales flow activation. Path two would be the guided sales flow. Go to load the cart, open trade-in, do your diagnostic, review the offer, accept it, apply credit, check out. Then, of course, we want to, in the greet, the T is for transact, right? We need to transact in that. What is it? The guiding them to act on their purpose, the natural flow, facilitating the final actions of sale with confidence. Basically, just be confident what you're talking about to the customer. Close your sale. Make sure you are taking care of their needs, and get them out your store with a referral. Give them a 5 stars and give them to come back for you. You guys have everything you need. You have your mirrors in your store right now. If they're not there, reach out to your Boost account executive. Make sure they have them. Make sure you have your Assurant logins. And the training's out there. If you haven't taken this training yet, or if you're new, you want to make sure you go back and get that training completed. Or if you haven't taken it in a while and you need a refresher, just go ahead and take that. That app experience, you kind of see a picture of it. You see the mirror in the background here. That's that mirror step. That's exactly what it should look like in your stores. The hill up there checks the mirror, and it will check your phone for any cracks there. And then use the phrase that pays. With new phones coming out, older ones dropping value daily. Let's trade it out now to get the most out of it, right? So that's how you kind of talk that customer into getting that device into your hands and have them given to you. So again, we want to greet our customers. Welcome to Boost Mobile. My name is Adam. We're here to unlock your savings. You want to recognize them. Tell me a little bit about your phone you're using today. Engage with them. I hear you. Before we look at any new phones, let's see if your current device is eligible to come over to Boost. Sound good? Advise them. Well, this device doesn't have the amount of storage you need. Let's see about turning your current phone into credit towards something better, and then transact. With this trade-in credit applied, we are getting you out of the door with a device that can fully handle all your needs and a great case to go with it, right?
Front.
So the top 5 lessons here, the top 5 takeaways. One, we want to make sure you're completing every diagnostic. Don't skip any steps. If a customer's coming to your store, make sure you're putting them into that unlock zone. It's there to create the conversations. Click submit once the diagnostic is complete to avoid errors. Don't refresh. Keep the flow going. If you refresh, you're going to have to start over. Be prepared. Identify the value of the device before discussing about a price. And then accessorize. Maximize the sales. If you have any issues, we can find solutions to those. So if you're unable to process a trade-in, there are ways we can escalate this to a local field team. If the unlock status isn't working correctly, we can verify the customer's actual lock status before proceeding. And if there are some devices that have low trade-in value, like if you had some devices that displayed a trade-in value below the expected minimum, for example, a $10 to $15 phone, approach the conversation of trade-in amount as possibly rather than a guarantee if it's a low one, right? Okay, some best practices. Make sure you're scanning the correct IMEI. Make sure you remove the case and screen protector. Make sure you clean your mirror properly. And then for the iPhone, start removal of Find My iPhone early. And then factory reset the device with the customer as well. Remember, only one value-based trade-in per transaction. Separate transactions for value-based trade-ins. Tablets and smartwatches are excluded. Remaining credit can be used on accessories, and the customer does not get the device back after the trade-in. All right, guys, that was me talking a lot. Now let's see if you paid attention to this stuff. And let's separate some fact versus fiction with this trade-ins. So let's do a little quiz or a little game show. All right, so I'm going to need some feedback from you guys here. Fact or myth? A customer can use their value trade-in credit to pay for their monthly service bill. Is that a fact or a myth?
Looks like we've got Miguel saying myth.
Myth? Oh, sorry, don't look at my screen here, guys. Such no cheating. Okay. Myth. Very good, Miguel. Very good. The trading credit can only be applied toward eligible devices and accessories. It cannot be used for monthly service, setup fees, or other charges. Okay, what about this one? If all of the diagnostic tests have green check marks, the assessment is complete. Fact or myth? If all the diagnostic tests have green check marks, the assessment is complete.
Jonathan says fact.
Myth.
Jason.
Myth. Even after every test passes, you must, this is kind of a trick question, you must click submit results. If the results aren't submitted, the system won't communicate correctly and error 715 may occur because of timeout, right? So I guess it is good that we're covering that. So yeah, even though those green check marks are there, if you don't click on submit, those results aren't submitted. So just kind of a reminder that you have to go submit when that is done. But that was a tricky one. All right, next one. If a customer has value trade-in credit left over after purchasing their phone, can they use the remaining balance towards accessories?
I'm seeing fact in the chat.
In fact, yes. That's, I was like, hopefully we got that one. That was one point I really tried to drive home a lot. So yes, that's a fact, guys. This is a big profit driver for you guys. And I was making sure I'm putting cash money into your guys' pockets, and this is going to do just that. So absolutely. Encourage customers to use any remaining trading credit on eligible accessories, and any unused credit is forfeited. Always look to ways to maximize the value. A value-based trade-in can be completed for an upgrade. Fact or myth? A value-based trade-in can be completed for an upgrade.
People are saying fact.
Fact. Fact it is. Value-based trade-ins are available for new activations, add-a-lines, and upgrades as long as the customer is purchasing a new device. All right, fact or myth, you should wait until checkout before running the trade-in value. You should wait until before checkout to running the trade-in value.
I'm seeing some mixed feedback here.
And the survey says myth. Stay ahead, run the trade-in before finalizing sales so you can confidently quote the customer's value up front. Trade-in quotes remain valid for 1 hour. So I can see I could have both because you have an hour there on the quote, but you do, an hour should be enough time for you to get everything you need done, but you want to do that before the sale so you can confidently quote the customer's upfront value. All right, fact or myth, you should fully load the customer's cart before completing the value-based trade-in process. You should fully load your customer's cart before completing the value-based trade-in process.
I'm seeing fact.
Fact. Fact it is. You can begin the trade-in estimate at any time, but before finalizing the value-based trade-in, make sure the customer's cart is fully built in Elevate. All right, fact or myth, once the customer pays, they can return later to retrieve their trade-in device if they forgot something. So they did the trade-in, they forget something from their old phone, can I get my old phone back?
Oh, myth
Fact
is
or
coming in fast over here.
myth, yes. Once payment is accepted, that trade-in device belongs to Boost Mobile and cannot be returned even if the customer forgot information on the files on their device. This is why transferring data and completing the factory reset before accepting the device is so important. All right, guys, that's it. Before I move forward to your reminder for the 14 days of Moto, are there any questions, issues, or concerns out there about the Boost Trade and Save? All right, no questions. Then just a reminder, you have the 14 days of Moto is still going on until August 16th. Each new day, a new short form training will be available to complete. You guys have 40 hours to finish. Once completed, you get to spin the wheel for a prize on that day. And then bonus, you can go the extra mile, complete 5, 10, and 14 courses to earn raffle entries into the raffle for a chance to win Nintendo Switch, Ninja Lux Espresso Machine, a Highboy electric scooter. Lots of really cool prizes out there. So I want to make sure you guys are taking advantage of that with Motorola Insiders. If you need to sign up, the QR code is on your screen now, and you can use the short code FN2CK, FN2CK, to register online for a Motorola Insider and take advantage of those points. You can win some really, really great prizes. Motorola is awesome. I just saw the new Spider-Man movie, and they had the Moto Razor in that new Spider-Man movie, so that was pretty cool as well. All right, guys, take action. Value-based trade-ins. We only have about 77% of people completed on these right now. We want to make sure we have 100% of training compliance, get everything done. Let's get out there. We still got about 10 minutes left, so we will open up. Are there any questions on anything covered today? Otherwise, I'll give you 10 minutes back in your day. My God, I think she'll win the Motorola Insiders contents. I know she's been going good at that. So, yeah, you guys use that Motorola Insiders. That has been awesome for sales reps, and reward yourself for what you're doing already, which is selling Motorola. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week. We have a copy of this deck if you need it. Reach out to your DCI account managers. We're happy to share with you. We'll talk to you soon. Happy selling and happy back to school. Thank you.